Good morning, students. Today, let's have the third session on chemical equilibrium. In our last session, we have discussed about the equilibrium constant, particularly the characteristics of equilibrium constant. So, let us resume our discussion on characteristics of equilibrium constant. You are aware there is a relationship between Kc and Kp. Kc is the equilibrium constant in terms of concentration, and Kp is also equilibrium constant in terms of partial pressure of gases. Well, now there is a relationship between Kp and Kc, and you all aware the relation is Kp is equal to Kc RT power delta N, where delta N is nothing but moles of gaseous products or reactants. So, where here delta N represents gaseous moles and gaseous products. Next, students, for example, if you see a reaction between sulfur dioxide and chlorine giving sulfuryl chloride SO2Cl2, here delta N is nothing but here 1, here 1 plus 1. So that means 1 is the product minus reactants gives minus 1 is the here the moles of the delta N, the difference in the moles of product and reactant. Similarly, decomposition of CaCO3, if you see here it is 1 minus 0 because it is a solid. So, mind you students, solid should never be considered because this is a solid and it should never be considered. And next thing is, let us see the next session, manipulating K. Manipulating K. The equilibrium constant of a reaction in the reverse reaction is reciprocal of the equilibrium constant. In our earlier session also I have discussed, for example, if you take a reaction like for example 2Hi gives rise to H2 plus I2. If here the equilibrium constant is K, now it will be H2 plus I2 gives rise to 2Hi, and naturally here it will be 1 by K. So it is a reciprocal of this reaction. If you reverse the reaction, the equilibrium constant becomes it's a reciprocal. So next, let us see here students, N2O4 is a gas. It is dissociated into 2 moles of NO2. Similarly, 2NO2 is dimerized to form N2O4. This is a reverse reaction. If it is a 0.212 and reverse will be 4. So that's what is Kc is equal to 1 by Kc dash. Yeah. So this is how. So the equilibrium constant can be manipulated. So when the reaction is reversed. So let us see the other case. Yeah. Now, students, if it is multiplied by a factor, see in this reaction it is multiplied by a factor, particularly 2. So multiplied by a factor 2. Naturally you have to raise to the power 2. That means if it is K, it will be K square. It will be K square. You have to raise it. So this is one of the characteristics of equilibrium constant. Now, students, have a look here. What is Q? Q is also nothing but concentration of the products by concentration of the reactants. Very important. So at any given time, time. Students, what is the difference between K and Q? So K is equal to concentration of the products by concentration of the reactants. This is at equilibrium. This is at equilibrium. So what is the difference here? The difference is the Q is at any time other than equilibrium. So here K is at equilibrium. So that is the basic difference. So try to understand, students. Now K is equal to Q at equilibrium. So at equilibrium, students, here K becomes equal to Q. This is at equilibrium. Try to understand, students. If K is greater than Q, the reaction will proceed towards forward direction. Very, very important point. If K is greater than Q, the reaction proceed in the forward direction. If K is less than Q, you can see here Q is greater here. Q is greater. Now Q is greater than K. Then what happens? Reaction goes backward direction. That means products are not favored. Very, very important. So try to understand, students. Here these three are very important. When Q is equal to K, the system is said to be in equilibrium. There is no net movement. That means rate of forward reaction is equal to rate of backward reaction. Students, if here Q is less than K, naturally the reaction proceeds. So when K is greater than Q, so naturally products will be formed. The reaction goes in the forward direction. So when Q is greater than K, the reaction proceeds backward direction. That means the products are too small. Product formation is very, very less when Q is greater than K. So which is favorable, students, for the formation of the products? So K should be greater than Q. So that is the basic understanding of this slide. So you can see clearly K value magnitude is very higher and movement is here forward. So in this case it is equal, so it is equilibrium condition. It is what condition, students? Equilibrium condition. Similarly, here the movement is backward direction. So the movement is here backward direction. That means here Q is greater than K. Here K is greater than Q. Here Q is equal to K at equilibrium. So this is how you can understand about the equilibrium constant and reaction coefficient. So students, Q is called reaction coefficient technically, K is called equilibrium constant. Now you can see, let us you have understood about the qualitative mode. Let us see the quantitative mode. Quantitative mode means let us give some value to K. Here you see, students, the value of K is in the order of 10 power minus 28. So what it shows, 10 power minus 28 means very less value, that is very small value. So small value means naturally little products will be formed, less products will be formed. Students, if you take for example K value in the order of 10 power 25, naturally, so the reaction proceeds to completion. That means products are favored, products are formed. So if you take here the intermediate value, naturally some amount of products, so some amount of reactants also will be there. So the reaction is half baked or partially completed. So this is how, so the K values, by using K values, so whether it is large, small or intermediate, one can assess so the relative formation of the amount of products and reactants. So this is a wonderful information in the quantitative format. So we can assess particularly for any equilibrium reaction. Yeah. So let us see. So at equilibrium, already I conveyed to you, students, Q is equal to products by reactants. Products by reactants. So here, see, K and Q are equal when, what happens when at equilibrium? At equilibrium. Now let us take the next slide. So students, one more important thing is when K is greater than 1, so it favors products. When K value is less than 1, it favors reactants. That means backward reaction is favored. Very, very important. So K is greater than 1, it gives products. When K is less than 1, naturally the reaction will be backward. This is also very important inference you will get in the equilibrium reactions. So let us work out a question so that you can well nurture our basics. At 1000 Kelvin, Kp of the reaction is given as 0.338. So predict the direction. Predict the direction means, what is the meaning, students? Predict the direction means where it is a forward, that is towards the products, or backwards towards the reactants. This is the meaning of direction. Predict the direction in which the reaction will proceed towards equilibrium if the initial partial pressures are given as 0.16 for SO3, SO2 is 0.41 and O2 is 2.5 atmosphere. Students, what you do is, so first of all, let us find out Q value. Q value means what? Any other concentration or pressure other than equilibrium. So partial pressure of SO2 whole square, this is SO2 product, SO2 whole square, into partial pressure of oxygen by partial pressure of SO3. Partial pressure of SO3 is the reactant, right? So these values are given. Substitute. Now students, you got 16.4. But here Kp value is given already. You can see here Kp value is given at 0.338 and Q value you got as 16.4. Which value is greater, student? So Q value is greater. Already you have learned just now, when Q is greater than K, so reaction will be towards the reactants. More reactants will be there. Products will not be formed. Products will be less favorable. Products are less favorable. So that is the understanding. So from this question, so by calculating the Kp value and Q value, so when K is greater than Q, naturally reaction proceeds in the forward direction. Now let us look at the magnitude. That's what I explained really. So when K is greater than very large, naturally you see here more and more products are formed. So here when K is small, reactants are less, product is formed. You can see less product. Here you can see more product is formed. So when K value is in between 10 power minus 3 and 10 power 3, so naturally both products, so both reactants and products are so present. So this is how. So from the values of K, that means 10 power minus 3, so to 10 power 3, it is intermediate. If it is greater than 10 power 3, it is products will be formed. Less than 10 power 3, minus 3, naturally, so you don't find significant products. You will find less product quantity. That is the understanding of the product formation as per the equilibrium constant values. Now, students, so let us make an attempt to understand and to write equilibrium constant expression. Equilibrium constant expression means, students, you know very well, Kc is equal to concentration of products by concentration of reactants. Concentration of reactants. Students, have a look here. The first one, NH3 whole square product by reactants, N2 into H2 whole square, N2 into H2 whole cube, sorry. Next, let us see the second case. CO2 by products by CO into O2 power half, O2 power half. Similarly, this is a K value. This is how you can write the K value. Similarly, the other reaction also, so CO whole square into O2 by concentration of CO2 whole square. So what is the bracket indicates? Bracket indicates active masses. Active masses. So what is the meaning of active mass? Active mass is expressed in moles. Okay, concentration. Moles per liter. Moles per liter. I hope you understood. Now, let us see how to write the equilibrium constant for some more reactions. Very simple. N2 into O2 whole per half by N2O by N2O. Similarly, students, let us take here CO2 power 16, the concentration of H2O power 18 by C8H18 power 2 by O2 power 25. Similarly, Hi whole square by H2 into I2. This is how equilibrium constant can be expressed. Expression in writing the equilibrium constant. So let us see the next question. Predict which system at equilibrium will contain essentially only the products. Okay. So try to understand, students, here what is the value of K? Here what is the value of K at 1200 Kelvin? Here what is the value of K? Here what is the value of K at 298 Kelvin? So which systems at equilibrium will contain essentially only the products? Only the products means K value should be large values. K value should be large. So and B is contains essentially only reactants, and C is appreciable amount of both products and reactants. Students, try to understand. 10 power 55 means so more products will be formed. More products will be formed. Agreed? So this is how one can. 10 power minus 18 means less will be formed. Here more will be formed. So this is how you can wonderfully understand the values, because already I conveyed to you 10 power 3. So 10 power 3, if it is greater than 10 power 3, products will be formed. Less than 10 power minus 3, products won't be formed. So less, few quantity of the product will be formed. Now let us work on to the next question. Hydrogen and nitrogen react to form ammonia according to the following balanced equation. So naturally N2 gas plus 3H2 gas gives rise to ammonia. Value of equilibrium constant at various temperatures are reported. Here at 25 degrees 3.3 into 10 power 8 is given. At 177 degrees 10 power 3 is given, 2.6 into 10 power 3. At 327 degrees 4.1 is given. So very nicely question is asked here. At which temperature would you expect highest proportion of N2 and H2? Students, highest proportion of N2 and H2 means these should be reactants. So reactants are favorable when Kc values or K value is less. K value is less. Students, in which case K value will be less? 4.1. So this case K value is less. So at 327 degrees centigrade. So here K value at 327 degrees is 4.1. You can see here clearly at 327 degrees it is 4.1. That is the answer. Now let us see the second part of the question. Assuming that the reaction rates are fast and equilibrium is reached quickly, at what temperature would you design a commercial reactor to maximize the yield of ammonia? To maximize the yield of ammonia, 25 degrees you have to operate, because at 25 degrees more and more products will be formed because K value will be more. Naturally, if 10 power 3 greater than 10 power 3, K value is greater than 10 power 3, more ammonia will be formed. It is 10 power 8 is given. So I would like to operate my reactor at a temperature of 25 degrees centigrade. Very wonderfully, so this question is designed. Now, students, let us see this question. The question is as follows. Here a reaction is given. 2NO2 gives rise to N2O4 and NO2 gives rise to half N2O4. Okay. For which equilibrium constant is as follows. So actually what is the relationship between these two? Very simple, students. So here the relation is very simple. So you do by 2. You should divide by 2. Divide by 2 means what? Divide by 2 means K, if equilibrium constant in one reaction is K, another reaction will be K power half. You can write here root K, that is equal to root K. So that is the relationship between these two, because if you divide it by 2, naturally when you have studied already, so when K is divided by 2, okay, naturally it becomes root K. Okay, when K is multiplied by 2, it becomes K square. When you make the reciprocal, it becomes 1 by K. These are the characteristics of equilibrium constant which you have learnt. Okay, and I have given a couple of examples so to depict how exactly the equilibrium constant is changing. Now, Students, let us see the next question. At 745 Kelvin, so K value is given as 0.118. 0.118. So here ammonia is given, K value is given as 0.118 for a gaseous reaction for the formation of ammonia. So our formation of ammonia is what process? That is called Haber's process of ammonia. What process? Haber's process. So what is the equilibrium constant for each related reaction? Each related reaction you have to write. Students, try to understand. First reaction it is given. So actually first reaction is 1 by K. 1 by K because it is reciprocal. This is reciprocal. It becomes 1 by 0.118. This is the answer for the first one. Second question, you divided by, so second question is you divided by half. When you divide it by half, it will become root K, that is equal to root over 0.118. So this is how very wonderfully you can solve the question. So in first reaction, you see this is the first reaction. For first reaction is 2 multiplied actually. No, sorry. Is it so? Reversed. First reaction is reversed. This is first reaction is reversed. So reciprocal. So you get this. Second reaction you divided by 2. Naturally it becomes a root K. So I hope you are very clear. So how to solve such questions? Now let us solve. This is what exactly I have conveyed to you. So first reaction is, it is given K ammonia whole square is equal to 0.118. And second reaction, it is 1 by K, you got 8.47 is the answer. Second reaction is K power half, that is root K, and you got 0.344. Now, let us solve a simple question. An equilibrium mixture of H2, I2 and HI at 425 degrees centigrade. Students, in every question temperature is given. Why the temperature is given? You are expected to know. Because as the temperature varies, equilibrium constant varies. So temperature should be given because at a given temperature, at a particular temperature, at a specific temperature, naturally it has a particular value. So equilibrium constant has a particular value. So when you change the temperature, that naturally equilibrium constant value is going to differ. Now, an equilibrium mixture of H2, I2 and HA gases is determined to be 4.5 into 10 power minus 3. Okay. So, and concentrations of H2 are given. So, I2 are given and also HI is given. So, concentrations are given. Students, you know equilibrium constant is equal to HI whole square, products whole square by reactants. So, substitute the values, concentrations are given. So, find the Kc value. It is a very simple question to find the Kc at a particular given temperature 425 degrees centigrade. Now, let us see the next question. For the equilibrium, PCl5 gives rise to PCl3 plus Cl2. The equilibrium constant Kp has the following numerical value, 0.497. Okay, students. So, Kp value is given. How much is given? 0.497 is given. So, try to understand, students. Here, initial pressures are given. 1.66 is given. Initial pressures, right? PCl5 initial pressure is 1.66. So, this reaction is called dissociation of PCl5. When PCl5 gets dissociated, it gets dissociated into PCl3 plus Cl2. Students, initially the moles are given as 1.66. Initially the products are 0. When you start the reaction, products are 0, but initial moles of PCl5 is 1.66 moles. Next. Now, students, let us assume Y moles is reacted. So, Y moles will be formed. That means PCl5 Y moles and Cl2 Y moles is formed. Students, that means at equilibrium, how much is left? That is important. 1.66 minus Y. Y is formed and Y is formed. So, naturally, Y into Y by 1.66 minus Y, naturally, this value already is given. 0.497 is given. So, this value here it is given 0.497. So, if you substitute, you will be getting, so Y value as 0.693. So, this is how you can calculate the equilibrium pressures of respect to gases. So this value is y, and this is 1.66 minus 5. These values is called equilibrium pressures. So in this question, what is the question here? The question is very simple. You have to know the equilibrium pressures. So this value and this value and this value. When you know the y, you know 1.66 minus y. So this is how, when equilibrium constant or like Kp or Kc is given, one can calculate the equilibrium concentrations or equilibrium pressures effortlessly. Yeah. Let us see the next question, students. At a certain temperature, 2-liter flask initially contained 0.29 mole of PCl3. So students, try to understand. 0.29 moles of PCl3 and 8.7 mole of PCl5 are present. After the system has reached equilibrium, so 2 into 10 power minus 3 moles of Cl2 was formed. So 2 into 10 power minus 3 moles of Cl2 was formed. So gaseous PCl5 decomposes as follows. Calculate the equilibrium concentrations of all the species. Very nice question. Students, try to understand. In this question, it is given the initial values 4.35 into 10 power minus 3. So this is this is half, 4.35 into 10 power minus 3. So it is per mole. This is per mole. So moles per liter is concentration. Moles per liter is concentration. That means moles by 2. Moles by 2. Try to understand here. Very simple question. You have to understand here. Initial moles is how much? 8 point here. Initial PCl5 is initial moles is 8.7 into 10 power minus 3. This is moles per liter. That is 2. That becomes 4.35 into 10 power minus 3. This is initial. To your surprise, some product is also there. How much? 0.298 by 2. That is 0.149 moles of PCl5 also is existing in the reactor. So at the start of the reaction, PCl5 is there and some product. What is the product? PCl3 is also there. Cl2 is not there. Cl2 is not there. Okay. So this is the basic philosophy of this question. So I hope you understood so far. Now let us see the next step. Now students, you know very well. How much is formed? 2 into 10 power 3 is formed. So here 2 into 10 power minus 3 is formed means by 2 number of liters. That is 1 into 10 power minus 3 is formed. That is given already. 1 into 10 power minus 3 is formed. When 1 into 10 power minus 3 is formed, that means this, from this, how much is dissociated? 1 into 10 power minus 3. This minus 1 into 10 power minus 3. Similarly, this is also minus. This is also, of course, this is plus. Okay. Now, students, try to understand. So, then these are the equilibrium molar concentrations. Substitute the equilibrium concentrations, you get the Kc value. You get the Kc value. So, one important thing is, product here it will be minus, this will be plus. This will be plus. I hope you understood this. Yeah. Because this much is negated. I mean to say, this is the initial concentration. This is formed. That means initial minus. So the formed should be removed. That is minus 1 into 10 power minus 3. But here this is plus. This is formed actually. This is formed. So you should add plus. So this way you can solve equilibrium problems very effortlessly and very interesting problems. Now let us look at another question. So sulfur dioxide get dissociated into 2SO2 plus O2. Very important. This process is called contact process. This contact process is used to prepare sulfuric acid. What acid, students? Sulfuric acid. This is the king of chemicals. Sulfuric acid is king of chemicals. Now, students, initially the vessel is charged 1000 Kelvin at a partial pressure of 0.5 atmosphere. You can see 0.5 atmosphere is there, 0 initially, right? Now, at equilibrium SO3 is given 0.2. So that means equilibrium, if it is 0.2, try to understand, students, very important. If it is 0.2 means what? 0.3 dissociated from 5. From 5, 0.5, See, listen very carefully. I'll explain here. SO3 is considered. Initial is 0.5. So equilibrium is 0.2. That means how much is reacted? 0.3 is reacted. That is the meaning. If 0.3 is reacted, 0.3 will be formed. 0.3 will be formed. But this is 2 moles is formed. This is 1 mole is formed. 2 moles. This is already 2 moles. This is 2 moles. This is 2 moles. That's why 0.3. This is, if it is 2, it is half. That will be 0.150. Very, very important. These molar ratios are important because here 2 moles are there. 2 moles will be formed. That means 0.3 moles is dissociated, 0.3 will be formed. But here only 0.115 will be formed. Here students will be doing mistakes. So these are the equilibrium concentrations. I can calculate the Kp value. Very, very interesting question. Students, this is how very nicely, wonderfully you can solve equilibrium questions in a systematic way. Now let us solve the next question. Very simple question. So here find the relationship between K1 and K2. K1 and K2. Here this is K1 and this is K2. Now students try to understand what is the relationship. So what is the relationship? If you see the first one if you write K1 is equal to C square by A square into B square. Second one you write AB by C. Then what is the relationship? Relationship is nothing but K1 is equal to 1 by K square. So these are a very common questions which you can experience in the competitive examinations. These equilibrium constant questions are very common in the competitive examinations. I hope so you'll solve such questions. Now one more question. So you can see students, if A to B, B to C, C to D and A to D. This is K1, this is K2, this is K3. What about this one? This is nothing but K1 into K2 into K3. Same thing. So how do you know? Because it gets cancelled. You solve it here. K1, K2, K3. This will be, this is K12. K12 is equal to K1 into K2. So this is how you can wonderfully solve equilibrium questions, because it gets cancelled. If you solve, you get cancelled. So you get the net reaction. So students, you have done enough practice to understand the level 1 problems or level 2 problems in chemical equilibrium. So in the next session, we will come up with some more derivations associated in calculating Kc and Kp values. So thanks for bearing. Have a good day.